evening. This is the Vsb Tv 11 News for Tuesday, July 22nd. I'm Peter Kitzel. Our top story. Reports are circulating that Thad Hollis, chairman of the One Bermuda Alliance, has resigned from his post just days after presenting his report on the Jetgate affair and how $350,000 was donated to the OBA's election campaign without the knowledge of the executive. Sources are telling Vsb News that the resignation is linked with the issuing of a writ against him by a sitting government minister, believed to be Home Affairs Minister Senator Michael Fay, although this could not be confirmed. You will recall that Mr. Hollis in his report named Senator Fay as being the person who, while acting as campaign chairman during the last election, authorized the placement of the $350,000 in a private bank account. Mr. Hollis has also pointed out in his report that he had come across other internal matters of concern, but was prevented from dealing with them as his terms of reference did not include ministers of the government who come under the orders of the Premier and the Special Cabinet Rules of Behavior. The Progressive Labour Party has turned its laser beam on Tourism Minister Sean Crockwell after recent revelations that OBA political consultant Derek Green has been linked to what they term lucrative contracts with the Bermuda Tourism Authority. Shadow Finance Minister David Burt said today that considering Mr. Green has no experience with tourism and is the former college roommate of Tourism Minister Sean Crockwell, the news that Green has pocketed thousands of taxpayer dollars is even more disturbing. Mr. Burt wants to know when the contract began, when did it end, what was its scope, and what was the financial remuneration. The Human Rights Commission has followed up its disquiet at the rising tide of anger and abuse in the community by singling out the racial and hostile statements being directed online at Bermudians, those of certain political affiliation, and others, as very disturbing. Chairman Michael Hansen reminds the public that while it is the right of all to express their opinions, this must be done within a lawful framework. The many online debates that degrade into hateful, vexatious, and harmful words targeting an individual's national origin, political opinion, or any other protected right are a matter of deep concern among the HRC members. He invited the public to contact the Commission if they have any complaints, questions, or concerns by phoning 295-5859 or emailing humanrights@gov.bm. Part 1 of the National Training Plan has been implemented, and now it is time for Part 2. But before this comes into effect, Jeff Sousa, MP, Chairman of the National Training Board, wants to hear for himself from the public what they think of the plan and its strengths and weaknesses. So, on Wednesday afternoon, starting at 5:30 p.m. at the Cathedral Hall, he and his board members are holding a public meeting on the subject.
Tomorrow evening at the Cathedral Hall, we are having our first town hall meeting to showcase Bermuda's first national training plan, and we are very excited about that. The meeting starts at 5:30, which is obviously just after work, and we will be talking to the people of Bermuda about what we have done with Part 1 of the plan so far, but more importantly, we want to listen to the people of Bermuda to get their input as we go into Part 2. So this won't be a meeting where people will just be talking to you. We really want the input for the public, so I really encourage everyone in Bermuda to come out to the meeting, tomorrow evening. In the meantime, you can go to www.gov.bm and read the National Training Plan. It's on the homepage of the government website on the left-hand corner, and there you would see the work that has taken place by the National Training Board and the Department of Workforce Development in putting this plan together. This took place over a year period by 6 working committees that were subcommittees of the National Training Board, and we are delighted. We will continue this process of consulting the people of Bermuda, but I really do urge the people of Bermuda to come out to this what I'm sure will be a dynamic meeting. Most of us in Bermuda, we know where the jobs exist. But we will highlight where, like for example, there's a dire need for chefs. There's a dire need for nurses. There's a dire need for people to be waiters and waitresses. And there will be more opportunities, as we say in Bermuda, down the road. We see the America's Cup. We hear, we know that, Michael Douglas is building his hotel down at Ariel Sands. We've already seen action taking place at Big Pink Beach. So as we say, down the road, there will be great opportunities. Right now, we will be discussing short-term opportunities for our people for employment, mid-term, and long-term at the meeting.
With a rich background in leading hotels, including Dubai, Singapore, and Russia's Ritz-Carlton, the newly appointed general manager of the Fairmont Hamilton Princess is uniquely qualified to take the hotel into its next phase. He shares his optimism for the future with VSB's Charles Webb.
My vision for this hotel is in complete alignment with the owners who are developing it. The ownership group of the hotel sees the Hamilton Princess becoming one of the finest destination resort hotels in the world. A hotel that attracts affluent, wealthy, corporate carriage trade guests who live in the northeast of the United States, only 90 minutes away. So the vision is to create a world-beating hotel that can compete with any luxury product anywhere in the world.
Now, what about the training of Bermudians?
Training is an essential component in any business, whether it's a low-end business or a high-end business. In keeping, really, with the investment that's occurring in the hotel, training programs are being developed and are implemented here as well, so that really everyone will be able to deliver a luxury service to an international traveler. The international traveler is affluent, and they're experienced, they're knowledgeable, and we have to have, Bermudians have such a great warmth of character that the technical training is going to be fairly easy, I think.
Now, Mr. Samuelson's going to open that restaurant next year. Can you give us a sneak preview of what it would offer?
I think the sneak preview for that restaurant doesn't exist yet. The closest you're going to come is to visit his Red Rooster in Harlem in New York. This is such a spectacular restaurant. The food is so outstanding, and most particularly the entertainment is so much fun. I think to get close to that experience, that's what you need to do.
So that would bring back fine dining?
Certainly the food is very fine, but it's not fine dining in the sense of, white tablecloths and stuffy waiters and black ties and mink coats. It's much more contemporary, much more casual, much more relaxed, but fine in every sense.
The Bermuda Police Service is advising businesses and their staff, as well as residents, to be vigilant regarding counterfeit Bermuda $100 notes bearing the serial number 342219 and counterfeit Bermuda $50 notes bearing the serial number A30763 as they are currently in circulation. If counterfeit cash is detected during a transaction, the person receiving the fake money should hold on to it, note the description of the individual who tendered it, and contact police immediately. The public is reminded that it is a criminal offense to pass to another, possess, make, or reproduce any counterfeit currency, and those caught doing so can expect to be prosecuted. Suspicious circumstances regarding suspected counterfeit currency should be reported directly to the main police telephone number, which is 295-0011.
Start grilling this cup match with Purdue fresh chicken thighs or drumsticks, $1.99 per pound. Juicy whole seedless watermelons, $12.99 each. For your mac and cheese dish, Catelli macaroni, $1.89 for a 500-gram box. Save $1.71 on Libby's mayonnaise, $4.09 for a 32-ounce jar. For the holiday, 6-packs, regular or Diet Coke, $4.99. Have a safe and enjoyable cup match holiday from the marketplace.
You can count on us.
Copyfax is Samsung's authorized dealer service center in Bermuda. If you're looking for a tablet, Copyfax have a range of Samsung's Tab 3, 5 and 7. They have Samsung's ATIV Book, which has a 15.6-inch screen. And the ATIV One computer has a 24-inch touch screen. Be sure you're buying from an authorized Samsung dealer. In Bermuda, it's Copyfax Limited, 96 North Shore Road. They service what they sell.
Noah's Ark Feed and Supply at Marsh Lane, Devonshire, with the best selection of pet supplies in Bermuda. Tropical fish enthusiasts will find everything for building the perfect aquarium, large or small. Noah's Ark can feed your pets with quality brand name foods, as well as providing them with nutritional supplements and grooming supplies to keep them looking and feeling their best. Don't forget playtime. Your dogs, cats, birds, and other family favorites will love the toys and activity items too. Noah's Ark Feed and Supply, #1 on every animal lover's list, open till 6 nightly.
Bermuda is an easy way to find great discounts while discovering fun activities to do in Bermuda.
Discover the best spas, restaurants, activities, services, and shops at 50% off.
Sign up to Bermuda and start saving today.
On September 5th, 1980, the Stonington Beach Hotel in Paget opened for business as Bermuda's first training hotel. The $9 million 64-room property was associated with the Bermuda College, which is celebrating its 40th anniversary. William Mulder, the first general manager of the hotel, reminisces on those early days.
It was a new venture for Bermuda. It is well known in Europe. The Europeans are pretty good at these things within hotel school and in function hotel. So opening this hotel, we really stood there and not knowing how it will work.
But tell me, what was your relationship with the college?
Well, the Stonington Beach Hotel was owned and operated by the Bermuda College. And you see here a wonderful getting together with educators, and I'm not an educator, and hotel people. And I'm the hotel connection person, and I'm not an educator. And so to try to get the two parties together in a harmonious way was a challenge.
Now, I recall the Stonington, I mean, their standards were very high.
Yes. Yeah, that was remarkably well received by the customer. Charles, we had a repeat client level of about 30 to 35%. And in a hotel with 64 rooms, 30% is pretty good, and we worked on that, and within, I might say, 10 years, we had a large amount of repeat customers who all came back for just the two things. Students, #1. It was a novelty to go to a training hotel, and they laughed at it in the beginning, but then they discovered that there was a serious part in the training. And we achieved, with the help of the college and all the students, high praise for quality of service, quality of food, cleanliness, friendliness, punctuality, consistency, and a few other good things that I remember as being selling points.
Tomorrow, Mr. Mulder comments on Bermuda's training needs for the future of the hotel industry. Bermuda's student architects, and there are more of them than you might think, have been given 3 weeks to team up and produce a master plan for the new L.F. Wade International Airport as part of the Institute of Bermuda Architects' annual summer design contest. Spokesman for the design committee, Che Keynes, a student himself, says the entries will be exhibited in the Washington Mall from Monday, August 11th, and the public will be able to vote for their favorite.
Every year we would have a different site to design. This year the student body was majority of the committee members, so we picked our own site. We chose what design would work, and we was just speaking in ties with the CEOs of the IBA.
What site did you choose?
We chose the LF Wade Airport to redevelop it into an international airport, to just bring it up to date, really.
This is a wonderful experience, a wonderful practice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's actually really good. With Bermuda, we don't really get a lot of light on the architects, especially the student architects, let alone the professional architects. I feel that we have a lot of talent on the island, professional, student-wise, and even in high schools and middle schools, we have a lot of design students that are really interested in the field of design, whether it be architectural engineering, structural engineering. You know, this field is really shaky. It isn't a really lot of people coming out of high school in Bermuda entering this field. So the IBA is noticing that, and we try to encourage young designers to come out and participate in these competitions. We do have student competition as well as professional competitions and tied competitions, which is what we are getting ready to open up now.
In the old days, there used to be a lot of people coming in from overseas, brought in by firms, obviously, and a few Bermudians blossoming along beside them. Now this looks rather more encouraging. Bermudians are now going overseas for university training and coming back. When do they come back? Are they being taken seriously, and is there room for them?
Well, speaking as a student from London, just arriving back on the island, my experience in London in the architectural field was quite overwhelming in the beginning, as a Bermudian coming from a small island and having to compete against international students, not just from London but from all sorts of parts of the world, different walks of life and different cultures. But coming back to Bermuda and seeing what we have here, we have a lot of potential for the island, a lot of potential for infrastructure and architecture.
A Warwick man appeared in magistrate's court this morning and was found guilty of violently resisting arrest and assaulting police. Rodney Drummond had previously appeared in court and had pleaded guilty to using threatening words. However, after his trial took place, he was found guilty of the other two charges. The court heard that the charges stemmed from a domestic disturbance that had taken place in a Warwick residence in April of last year. When police arrived at the scene, they encountered Drummond, who was holding a beer bottle in a threatening manner. Police asked the defendant to put down the bottle, at which point he refused to do so, and the incident escalated. Initially, prosecutor Nicole Smith suggested that probation and anger management would be an appropriate sentence. However, defense lawyer Mark Daniels argued that given the fact that his client had no previous convictions, a conditional discharge would be appropriate. And with that, Senior Magistrate Kamisi Tokumbo sentenced Drummond to a conditional discharge with the conditions that he must undergo anger management and abstain from drugs and alcohol. Almost $500,000 has been given to 8 nonprofit programs in 5 fields of work, thanks to the Bermuda Community Foundation. The grants, which amount to over $420,000, will help nonprofits to improve the lives of people throughout Bermuda, along with producing a key piece of early childhood development research. The recipients of the generous donation were the Family Center, YouthNet, Streetwise MBA at the Bermuda College, Friends of the Bermuda Railway, Cedarbridge Academy PTSA, the Reading Clinic, and Friends of the Bermuda National Library. Now, here's a look at the daily markets, presented by Bias.
Here are the daily markets presented by Bias. U.S. equity markets were positive as earnings came in higher than analyst expectations. European markets also rebounded as geopolitical risks moderate. U.S. stocks rose after earnings for most companies came in higher than expected. Chipotle Mexican Grill gained 12%, while Comcast was up 1.5%. The S&P 500 closed at 1,983, up 0.5%. The Bermuda Stock Exchange gained 0.23% to close at 1,372. Other Bermuda-related stocks listed in the U.S. were mixed. European stocks rebounded after a 3-day decline as risks from sanctions on Russia were priced in. The FTSE gained 0.99%, while the DAX was up 1.27% at the end of the close. Asian stocks advanced as geopolitical risks moderate and risk appetite improves. The Hang Seng was the biggest gainer, with the index gaining 1.69% at the end of trading. The Brazilian index rose for a 3rd day as higher global commodity prices supported mining companies. At the end of trading, the Brazil Vsb was up 0.7%, while the Mexican Bolsa gained 0.31%. U.S. Treasury prices were little changed as global concerns over sanctions on Russia moderate. The 10-year Treasury was unchanged, yielding 2.46%. The U.S. dollar reached its highest level against the euro as borrowing costs and monetary policies between the two economies diverged. The pair traded 1.35, down 0.41% as of the last trade. That was a look at the daily markets presented by Bias. Season to Taste is next, after the break.
Hey, Donja, St. George's fan, 12 o'clock.
I see you got the colors on. Yes, by go Somerset. What? I mean St. George's. St. George's, all day.
Hey, click, Somerset fan.
You guys going to the game? Nah, we guys are just going to stay home, have a barbecue. We know Somerset's going to win anyway. We're going to listen to the radio.
Somerset! St. George's!
Are you serious? What is going on?
Hey, Bermuda. It doesn't matter who you support. As long as you buy Family Center Cup Match ribbons, every Bermuda family is a winner.
Do you know your rights as a consumer? Visit the Consumer Affairs website to find out how to hire a contractor, how to buy and maintain your vehicle, information on buying second-hand goods, tips for seniors and teens, personal finance tips, product recall information, to file a complaint with Consumer Affairs. For the latest consumer news and much more, visit ca.gov.bm.
The celebration of a Bermuda cricket legend is brought to you by Belco, Lindo's, Bex, Butterfield & Vallis, BAC, Colonial Insurance, Corona, Bermuda Bistro, and BF&M. Alma Champ Hunt was born in 1910 and is considered by many as still the greatest cricketer Bermuda has ever produced. He played for Somerset Cricket Club in the Cup Match Classic and was the first to score half-centuries in both Cup Match innings, with a total of 147 runs, at the time a new aggregate record. He finished his Cup Match career with a total of 762 runs and would have been much higher if he had not left to play professional cricket in Scotland, and was the first Bermudian to play professional cricket in the UK. During his time with Aberdeenshire, he scored 22 centuries. He played for Scotland's national team twice in 1938 against Australia and Yorkshire. Although he was not selected, he was asked to play in trial matches to be considered for the 1933 West Indies tour of England, and remains to this date the only Bermudian to have this honor. His eventual omission was more due to doubts about a Bermudian's eligibility to play for the West Indies rather than his ability. Internationally renowned cricket historian Alan Massey listed Alma Hunt among the 4 greatest cricketers he had ever seen. Alma Champ Hunt, celebrating a Bermudian cricket legend.
This portion of the VSB News is brought to you in part by Bermuda Pest Control. For commercial and residential pest control, providing island-wide service. For free inspections and estimates, call 232-PEST. That's 232-7378.
Season 2 Taste is next.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic, an exclusive presentation of Lindo's Group of Companies.
Hi, I'm Peter Javetic, host of Season to Taste. We're here at the beautiful Bermuda Gas showrooms on Serpentine Road. I have the pleasure of welcoming Chef Serge Batelli from the Libre Complex. Chef Serge, welcome. What are you doing for us tonight?
Well, hi, everybody. We're going to do a goat cheese crusted lamb medallion. Very easy to do. It sounds complicated, but it's going to be quite easy to do.
Let's get on.
All right. first we're going to do the mixture actually, and I do have a little bit of goat cheese and a little bit of cream cheese. We got some chives. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow and red pepper, salt, little bit of thyme.
Some lovely colors there.
There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of egg yolk to get everything together. Mix that.
Now the loin, that's the part of the rack of lamb.
That's the rack of lamb.
Once
Actually, the
already-
rack of lamb is like that in the length. We took it out. I cut a piece. And what we're going to do, we're going to do an incision here, straight, like an X, a big X.
Okay.
We're going to open that up.
You'll note Chef Botelli's knives are very sharp.
We try to. We're going to put the stuffing in there.
Lovely, that looks
Right.
good.
What I'm going to do also, I'm going to wrap it. That's optional. We're going to wrap it up with bacon today.
Can't
It's going
beat a
to
bit of
take.
bacon.
No. I got a little toothpicks here. What I use a non-stick pan.
Lovely.
With nothing on it. It will be better to use that to keep it in the fridge for about an hour until it sets. But for purpose, we're just going to saute that a little bit higher.
There we go.
That will go for about 2 minutes on each side. And then we're going to put that in the oven at 400 for about another 4 minutes. Okay.
Okay, now Chef Botelli, you've already prepared one.
I did prepare one. I just want to show you how it's going to crust it up.
Beautiful.
That
Nicely
goes
caramelized.
in the oven. And hey, magic. We got some who are made here.
There we go.
There we go.
Now that looks absolutely gorgeous.
Don't forget to take your little
skewers out. We don't want people to be going to the dentist afterwards.
No. What we did today, we did a setup of a little bit of grilled polenta. And I'm going to play a little bit with that. We got a couple of jumbo asparagus. We got our little baby here. And I do have a little bit of red wine sauce. And that will go. And that's it.
And lovely. This has been Chef Serge Botelli with his bacon-wrapped lamb with goat cheese. I'm Peter Javetic. Until next time.
Season to Taste with Peter Javetic is an exclusive presentation of Lindo's Group of Companies, featuring Gosling's Wine of the Week, a Vsb TV 11 production recorded on location at the Bermuda Gas showrooms.
The Wine of the Week is presented by Gosling's.
Wyndham Estate Bin 555 Shiraz is one of Australia's famous wines. It is a deep crimson red with purple hues. The bouquet has tones of spicy plum, black pepper and cloves. On the palate, the wine has generous plum and dark cherry with spicy notes. It has a richness with a balance of flavor to enhance the tasting experience. This wine is a perfect pairing for Chef Serge's lamb. The retail price is $16.75 and is available at Lindo's and Gosling stores.
The Wine of the Week was presented by Gosling's.
Bermuda Gas is proud to be the authorized distributor of KitchenAid products in Bermuda. Every product that carries the KitchenAid name is guaranteed to be strong, reliable, versatile, and backed by 90 years of quality and excellence. KitchenAid believes that preparing meals together is one of life's greatest pleasures, so they craft their products to enhance this experience. No one knows the kitchen like KitchenAid, and no one in Bermuda knows KitchenAid like Bermuda Gas.
Bermuda Gas, the clear choice. Visit us at 25 Serpentine Road or online at bermudagas.bm.
Now, here's Earl Baisden with the Sports Report.
We are one day away from the start of the 2014 Commonwealth Games here in Scotland. It was announced earlier this evening that squash player Micah Franklin will carry the Bermuda flag in the opening ceremony. Meanwhile, recently, the Bermuda Football Association announced the players and officials comprising of the Bermuda men's under-17 team who will compete in the Caribbean Football Union's under-17 World Cup qualifiers in the Bahamas. The team departed Bermuda yesterday. Head coach Andrew Bascom highlights the first order of business for the team.
It's important that we win the group and qualify for the next stage. So it's important that we remain focused for the time that we're there. football is our main priority. Defensive organization. And I ask the players to use their talents for the benefit of the group. So they have to understand their roles and responsibilities, which they have been given. They have to study it and be responsible enough to apply it.
The Bermuda Pacers Track Club was one of 3 clubs that attended the Russell E. Blunt Track and Field Championships on the East Coast. The Pacers returned with a total of 32 medals in total. Some of the highlights on day 3 from the Pacers saw Jade Johnston win the 9 to 10 girls 800-meter gold medal. She clocked a time of 2:41.66. The silver medal went to her teammate Tashay Astwood, who clocked 2:42.19. The boys 9 to 10 800-meter gold medal went to Kazai Seeley, who clocked a time of 2:38.01. The 11 to 12 girls 800-meter gold medal went to Selah Tuzo. Following the first round of the Eastern County Cup competition and Bermuda Cricket Board's Premier and First Division matches over the weekend, we now take a look at some of the top batting and bowling performances. Ezekiel Greenwood from Somerset Bridge finished on top of the batting department with 98 runs. His runs came in his team's First Division 1-run victory over PHC. Dean Richards, playing in the same game but for PHC, was the second top scorer of the weekend. He got 88. Dion Stubble, representing Cleveland County in the Eastern County match, scored 82 not out against St. David's Cricket Club and was the third top scorer for the weekend. In the bowling department, with figures of 10 overs, 1 maiden, 6 for 29, saw Kamal Bashir from Willicott lead the bowling charge against the Somerset Cricket Club in their Premier Division match. Sion Darrow from Western Stars had the second best bowling figures of 10 overs, 5 for 51 against the Devonshire Recreation Club. Joshua Gilbert from the Somerset Cricket Club had the third best figures of the weekend. He bowled 10 overs. He had 1 maiden, took 4 for 30 against Willicotts. I'm Earl Bayston, reporting outside the Games Village in Scotland for VSB Sports.
For your Cup Match picnic, save half price on Dole coleslaw, $1.99 for a 14-ounce bag. Frozen baby back pork spare ribs, $2.99 per pound. Brush on your favorite ribs. Kraft barbecue sauce, $1.69 for an 18-ounce bottle. 3.75-ounce bag, all varieties, Wise potato chips, just $1.49. Breyers ice cream, $6.29 for all varieties of 48-ounce tubs. Visit our website at www.marketplace.pm for more Super Cup Match specials.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. This weather segment is brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's VSB weather forecast. Temperatures for today, we had a high of 85 at 1:30 in the afternoon and a low of 75 at 9 in the morning. Current conditions, 81 degrees, humidity 75%, winds westerly 12 knots, and barometric pressure is falling slowly at 30.17 inches. Rainfall index month of July, 2.4 inches for a yearly total of 29.04, just about up to the yearly normal at 30.09 inches. And taking a look at the satellite, high pressure continues to provide fair conditions tonight. Tomorrow, a frontal boundary will approach from the north and stall over the area, with showers and a chance of thunder late Tuesday into Wednesday. Winds gradually increase throughout the week, becoming moderate to strong by Friday. And if you're traveling, Atlanta, partly cloudy, 88. Boston, partly cloudy, 90. Charlotte, mostly cloudy, 87. London, sunny, 82. Miami, 88, and thunderstorms. New York, 90 and mostly cloudy. Orlando, 92 and thunderstorms. Philadelphia, partly cloudy, 92. Toronto, light rain and 73. And Washington, mostly cloudy and 90 degrees. Back at home tonight, mostly cloudy with a few showers and a slight chance of thunder. Low near 76. Winds westerly at 12 knots. Tomorrow, sunny breaks with a few showers and a possible thunder early with a high near 84. Winds westerly at 10 to 12 knots. Marine tonight, no warning. Seas inside the reef, 0 to 1 foot. Seas outside the reef, 2 to 3 feet. And the sea surface temperature is 83 degrees. Marine tomorrow, seas inside the reef, 0 to 1 foot. Seas outside the reef, 2 to 3 feet. Low tide will be at 6:27 in the morning, and high tide will be at 8:23 in the afternoon. Thursday, mix of sun and cloud with a couple of showers, high near 84. Friday, sunny periods, a high near 84. Saturday, mix of sun and cloud with a shower or two, high near 84. And Sunday, sunny periods with a high near 85. Thank you to Rob Howlett, our meteorologist for tonight, and everyone at the Bermuda Weather Service. I'm Rachel Sawton. Have a great evening.
Outlast any storm with the most advanced alkaline battery. Today's weather forecast was brought to you by Duracell Quantum.
Thanks for watching the TV 11 News. Good night.
Peter Cattell's attire courtesy of A.S. Cooper & Sons Limited. Wardrobe and makeup for Rachel Sawton, provided by Gibbons Company.
Vsb Tv 11, Bermuda.